Oh my goodness, we have some major news from Splinterlands. One of the things we've been asking for a long time, since I started playing this game over 3 years ago, is a new game mode, and it is finally coming here in the next few months. We have survival mode. We're gonna run through this really quickly here. By the way, I wanna say real quick, if you missed the previous video, I've been streaming over on Party. I'll put the link down below. We're gonna be discussing a lot of this. We're gonna be listening to some of this custom Splinterlands music, like the song that's playing right now. So make sure you come check us out over on Party. But let's jump in here. So what survival mode is going to be? It's going to be a ranked mode, kind of like we have right now, with two major changes. First is that there's going to be no energy required to battle. Players can battle as much as they're able to, which will make sense here in a second. Because what do we mean by they're able to? Well, cards are going to, when cards die in survival mode, it will not be able to be used again for an extended period of time. It's going to go on cooldown if it dies. So as long as the card doesn't die, you can play with it over and over and over again. Do as many battles as you want, but that card dies, it's now not playable for, if it's a max card, 2 to 5 days. It's not maxed out even longer. We're gonna see a chart down here below. So in this survival mode, the cards act as energy. So it's not, there's a whole new strategy here, because you've got to choose which cards. You don't just want to, okay, maybe if you don't feel confident winning this battle, maybe you don't want to throw your best cards in there. It's going to change, and of course, the other big thing is you now might want multiple copies of each card. Because if you have 5 Jotens, you could use Jotun more. Because these are wild battles, by the way, at least initially here. So, and with the summoners, by the way, what it means by dying, if you lose the battle, you lose your summoner. If you win the battle, you keep your summoner. Nearly all other aspects of ranked battles will remain the same in survival mode, including seasons, end of season resets, rating system. It will have a reward pool. Survival mode will have an SPS reward pool of the same size, and that works in exactly the same way as the reward pools for modern and wild formats. So you win SPS. This will initially be funded by the Splinterlands team. So same reward pool size. That means rewards, because you're probably going to have fewer people playing battles here, right? Because cards go off cooldown. It's going to be probably a tougher, like this is a veteran league. Like Matt said, this is not a new player format. This is a player for people, or this is a format. This is a game mode for veteran players with large collections. I'm excited about having a new mode. We're gonna have the same types of collections. Initially, it's gonna be funded by the Splinterlands company, and then the hope is that SPS stakeholders will either provide SPS from the DAO or mint SPS via new inflation from the unminted SPS that we still have. So we've cut a lot of that out. Now they're looking to potentially put it back in. We'll see. That's this whole thing as far as funding rewards is a whole separate discussion. We'll kind of have to see how this goes first. But the Splinterlands seems willing to put up the rewards initially, and then we can kind of see how it goes. They're wanting to prove that this works, and that this will be awesome. It'll be good. We'll see. I'm excited about it, but I have some complaints about it as well. But anyways, let's go down here. Let's look at the cooldowns. So there's this complicated, not that complicated, but scary looking formula. Basically, the more you level up your card, the lower the cooldown is when it's defeated. Gold foil cards have half the cooldown time. So if we're looking at maxed out copies, a common is 5 days, a legendary is 2 days. 1 BCX, a common's 15 days, a legendary is 5 days. So that's kind of the range that you'll have here. Again, you can come up here and do an exact calculation on that chart, but it gives some examples down here. And then there's going to be a revival potion. So we are adding a DEC sync here. You can use DEC credits or glint to purchase potions that will take these cards off of cooldown. I'll go ahead and show you one of my complaints here. Each revival potion charge can be used on a single card and will remove its entire cooldown no matter how long that cooldown is. I hate that. Sorry, I hate it. I think it should be set up so that it's like it removes so many hours. To me, it's crazy that you can use one potion to remove a 5-day cooldown, a 15-day cooldown, or a 5-minute cooldown. Now, obviously, you probably just wouldn't use a 5-minute cooldown, but I don't know, unless it's in the season and you're like, I need one more battle in. But yeah, I wish it was more the cooldown or the potions would be X amount of hours, but a fairly minor thing, right? Fairly minor thing, not necessarily a big deal, but potential thing to look at. Matt talks about some other ideas that have been discussed internally. Now, a modern version of survival mode that only allows cards from the 2 most recent sets. They've discussed a mode that does not allow battle helpers or automated battle services. This is the big thing, okay? This is what people are outraged about on Discord, and I 100% agree, okay? 100% agree. They've got a town hall. You can go listen to the whole town hall on it if you want. I heard snippets of it. I wasn't able to watch, but I still believe. I don't know. I'm of the belief that it is absolutely insane and ridiculous that bots are allowed in a game like this. Player-run bots who play for people. Okay, that's just not gaming to me. I'm very game first on this channel, and that's just kind of my thought. I understand that it's hard to get rid of them, okay? That it's kind of cat's out of the bag. Like it's hard to go backwards there. We were able to do it in modern, but part of the reason was because we allowed them in wilds. And I think we've gotten a lot of the bots out, and I think that's really helped stabilize the economy. It's kind of a ripping the Band-Aid type thing off, but I feel like it really helps stabilize things. But I know that it's hard to remove them completely from the game and remove them from wilds. I don't see any reason to allow them to exist in new game modes moving forward. Cut them out. Like that's my biggest thing here. I would be super excited about this, but I've only been playing modern. Even when at one point I had a large collection. I had what, half? I think I had 60% of the alpha cards or something. I had about the same untamed. I had a lot of cards, and I sold all those because I had no interest in playing in wild where bots are. And Matt does have a response down here. I don't know. Here we go, right here. He really talks about, I understand that Wild is zero fun. I know a lot of people who enjoy the game experience of using bot services in Wild. Many people enjoy idle games. I don't see any reason that Splinterlands should not provide an option for those players, as long as that option doesn't take away from the experience for players who prefer an active game. Well, guess what? It does take away. 100% does. No question. Absolutely takes away. Which is why they made it a separate modern format. Okay? So yeah, you've got modern format where this is a new competitive game mode. Like, we've got enough management type games. Says he also wants to attract players who want to compete in a more passive collection management style game experience. So it's like he's kind of viewing this as a collection management style where you manage your cards and your card depths and all of that type of thing. We feel that the latter is a key demographic for Splinterlands. But okay, we've got Wild. We have land to manage it. You can still do a collection management style experience and have somebody else play by hiring a scholar. We have tons of people that do that. You don't have to use a bot. You can use a scholar and have real players. Games should have real players. This part I do kind of get concerned about. That demographic says we have been ignoring more recently, which has been to the detriment of everyone in the ecosystem. Like, I think moving away from that has tremendously helped stabilize the ecosystem. Yes, some of those people have sold out and left, but volume or values may have gone down a little bit. Values going, like, obviously we don't want values to go down, but more important is having stable values and a stable economy. And the economy is really stabilizing more as we've made a lot of these changes. stability is more important than stability. Sustainability is more important than peak values. So I don't know. That's my big thing. Like, I am super excited about a new game mode. I've wanted a new game forever. I've said, as far as a game, like looking at Splinterlands, ignoring economy aspects, as far as a game, I've said that I really like the Splinterlands game. But the two problems it has is that there's not a good new player experience where you join the game and you just get flooded with all this fun stuff and get addicted. It's very hard to learn. So you kind of have to find people that push past that. And then number two is there's just not enough game modes. There's not enough different ways to play. Brawls are kind of different, but not really. It's just adding another card type. Like, this would be a completely different way to play the game and manage your collection. And it would be the first time that we really add something extra when considering when you submit your team. And you're gonna see a lot more cards you use that you wouldn't use before, because maybe it's okay, I don't have those other cards now, or I'm not that confident, so I'm going to submit these cards because I feel like I can't come up with a great team, and I don't care as much if I lose those cards. Or you're just trying to spread your good cards throughout the battle, or throughout your play time. There's a whole different way to approach. I don't know what's going to be the best approach for it, but it's going to be fun to find out. As long as we're playing other people. I don't want to play against a bot that's running its own algorithm, because it's going to be better than me. Eventually, once things get coded, it's going to be better than me, and that's not fun to go against. And anyways, I didn't mean to turn this into a anti-bot rant, but that's my thoughts on this. If they add a mode that doesn't, whether it's a modern mode that doesn't have bots, whatever the case is, if they add a mode that doesn't have bots, I'm going to be super excited about this, and I might play this over ranked. But it's going to be hard to play both. Because I feel I should have clarified this earlier. I kind of regret not clarifying this earlier. But what we have here, when these cards go on cooldown, they're on cooldown for any mode. You can't use them in brawls. You can't use them on ranked battles. You can't use them in tournaments. It doesn't just mean cooldown for this mode. It means a full cooldown. So anyways, that's what we've got. I don't want to make this video too long. I've ranted enough. If you guys want to listen to me rant more, not all ranting, but if you want to discuss things with me, whatever the case, come over to Party. I am trying to get a streaming contract on Party this month. It's a Web3 streaming platform. I'll put the link down below. Make sure you come visit me. I've been streaming literally every day this week. We're having a lot of fun. It's pretty fun, and you earn airdrop points. It's a Web3 streaming platform where you get airdrop points for participating, for commenting, for just signing up. Come earn airdrop points. Interact with the stream. We've got a lot to discuss. Let's come discuss it. I will see you guys there. Hey, I'm kind of like my Splinterlands content's picking up. I'm getting a little excited. So see you guys there.